Hello.
Marguerite.
Hey,
Hey, we are back. Hey everybody, how you guys doing? How you ladies doing?
doing great, doing great. Glad to
Yes,
see you
yes,
guys.
yes. Great to see you too. How you doing, Sheila? How have you been since we last came together?
Doing good. I'm learning not to complain.
Yeah,
And, you get bad news, it puts things in perspective. So
yeah.
all is well. How about you, my sister? How are you? Don't, doing?
I I am doing, just navigating, well, trusting God first and navigating through this uncertain time, but just staying prayerful and trying to eat the right things so we can stay as healthy as we can in this environment. How about you, Marguerite?
Same ditto for what you just said.
And my heart goes out to we've had a couple of losses in our, not in our directly in our family, but my daughters have friends that have lost loved ones because of COVID. It's this thing is serious, and we have to understand that it is. And even though we have our, our own interpretation of things, we still have to do what we need to do in order to just keep ourselves safe and hopefully protect others in our process. How about you
Yeah,
guys?
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
we're really excited to have another show. We're back. We're back again, and we're celebrating that we're able to guest and we're forward to joining us. Um,
Sister Sheila is sharing some good information. I think she says I think I'm going to interpret what Sheila just said. She's grateful, happy that we are able to come together and share some good information about being the CEO of your health. Because
Mhm.
guys
it,
here.
It's
hmm,
coming in and out a little bit, Sheila.
it's
Oh,
coming in
really?
and out. Yeah, it's coming in and out
Wow.
just a little bit.
I'm having all kind of technical difficulties today.
That sounds better what you just did.
What you just did, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So,
so I
yeah,
just wanted to welcome everybody back again. Thanks for joining us and being here today. We are in our eighth or ninth, tenth. What is
Eight.
this? The ninth month,
yes,
March
yeah,
to now, and we've made it. So we're celebrating that. Um,
yes,
and because it's the season that we're in, with all this going around globally, in our own backyards, like Dawn was just sharing, where so many people are losing loved ones to COVID. And then with it being darker and the days are shorter, there's just
Mhm.
been a lot of suppression. And we talked about that on our last show, that it's important to, have good mental health. We even talked about being the CEO of your own health on our second health chat, I believe. But we wanted
yeah,
to just kind of revisit that in the spirit of, gearing us up for managing our health better with all the opposition that we might have around us, that we can still, stand squarely with our shoulders up and our heads held high and take charge. And so I wanted to know, like, for the few people that are here now, um, how do you what do you, when you say you're going to learn how to become the CEO of your health, what do you think when you hear the word CEO? Because I
Mhm.
know Felicia's here. Felicia Curtis, hello, and thank you for joining us.
yes. Hey,
When I hear the word CEO, I would get a little nervous and intimidated, because I would think, oh, I'm not smart enough or strong enough or have enough resources to be a CEO. Like, you think of a CEO of a top, 500 Fortune 500 company or something. And I just felt, at first I used to feel like I'm not a CEO, but I realized that over the years, you got to put on different hats. You got to wear different hats or different scarves, even different wigs.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
Got to change it up. And sometimes you put on your CEO hat and you take charge. CEOs lead, and they're responsible. There's accountability there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
You plan, you set goals, you have strategies, and you also build teams. So as a CEO, you have to remember you're not alone.
Yeah.
You're going to have camaraderie. You're going to have a team that you work with, right?
That's
And
right.
so anybody who is struggling with their mental health, you know, we're not therapists or doctors, and we, make that quick disclaimer so that
Absolutely. Yes.
we're just here sharing and kind of vibing around
Yes.
health issues, right? But
Right.
if you need to get that extra help, search for a good therapist that you're compatible with, and go and sit down and talk to somebody after you've talked to your friends, after you've talked to your health coaches, after you've gotten your massage, like Marguerite's a massage therapist. Dawn is a health coach. I'm a health coach. So sometimes you got to reach out and kind of build your team of support. And with
Right.
that, introduce ourselves before we
Yes, let's introduce ourselves, because most of our audience know us, but there hopefully is someone new on watching us. So let's introduce ourselves. So Sheila, would you like to start first?
Sure. I am Sheila, and I'm an integrative nutrition health coach. I love to support people and talk around natural alternatives to become stronger, to become your own CEO of your own health, to be your own rescue, because the buck stops here, and you have the ability to make a difference and make a change and long lasting change in your health. So I like to support people along the way with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marguerite.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Well, I am Marguerite. They call me Mom's Herbs. It's a nickname that picked up a while back. I used to be a blogger, motherknowsbest.net, and then the nickname just stuck, Mom's Herbs, because I'm always talking about herbs. And I became a massage therapist. Believe it or not, it's been 10 years now. So I do massage therapy. And I like to call myself a healing artist and also a visual artist, because I'm into the visual arts too. So pretty much that's me.
Of that healing and visual arts.
Yeah. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes, which is a good part of staying healthy and managing it as well. So thank you, Marguerite. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Dawn Haley, and some years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. And so by the help of the Lord, most importantly, and good friends, I was able to journey into the world of natural, just getting myself naturally healthier. And so with juicing and different natural therapy, I was able, through the grace of God, because I will not ever not put that first. By the grace of God, I was able to get healthier, and I'm a living testimony of what better health can do for you in terms of when you're faced with a traumatic story. But right. I just do this because I love it. I just love being able to share information with people, because information is power, and we are the CEO of our health. We have to take on that role, because if we don't, no one else is going to do it for us. So we've got to, look at it. We're not going to be perfect at it, but certainly we can use those tools that Sheila talked about, that we can incorporate in our lives and do better in terms of our health, so our body can do what it's naturally created for. That's heal thyself. So that's me.
Well, thank you so much, Dawn. We appreciate you sharing that. So maybe we could just, who do we have in the room? JL, Felicia.
Hey, JL.
And Felicia's saying she loves it too. She loves what you had to share, Dawn.
Thank you. Praise God.
As more people join in, we want to just kind of get started though. And so, like I said, I was a little intimidated thinking about being a CEO, but I just kind of put my hands on my waist and stood tall and was like, I could do this. I got this. So share with us some of the things that you worked for you, Marguerite, in your journey, your health and wellness journey, and becoming the CEO of your health?
Definitely. Well, I just like to say, I kind of took a journey down memory lane when I thought about my self-care routine and how I even got into health. Because, we've been knowing each other for years. We didn't come from Don. She helped me through breastfeeding and everything else. Now we're sharing pictures of grandbabies. It's been a long journey. But I actually got into it in my early 30s. I was actually a single parent with my daughter, Leah, which at first I was a terrible cook and giving her all kinds of, fast foods and stuff like that. And I was like, I got to get off of this routine. And, so I started trying to dig up healthy recipes and things like that. And I always remember a coworker of mine. She was just glowing, riding her bike to work every day, looking all healthy. And I was like, what are you doing? I had to ask her. And she said, I read this book called Fit for Life, and I've learned how to properly combine my food. So I was like, what is properly combining your food? She said, you have got to read the book. So that book, if I show you my book now, it's so tore up, I can't even probably hold it up. But that was my favorite books because it taught me how to properly combine my food. I found out the standard American diet, along with, Medina Nance, of course, taught me. I had to shout her out too. But I found out we really shouldn't be eating protein and starch and vegetables all together at the same time. That's why, after a big meal, you feel so heavy because your body is struggling to, digest everything. So it's better to eat protein in the vegetable or starch in the vegetable, but not all three. And that's why a sandwich is actually an improper combined meal. Because you got the bread, you got the protein, and you got the everything's too much. So funny story, I did start eating tomato sandwiches, and I put tomato and avocado and things like that. Actually, when me and my husband got together, he was pretty much on the same mindset. And one of his friends used to always tease us, like, I don't want none of them lettuce. What you got for dinner? Lettuce, tomato sandwiches, teasing us and everything. But, that was a lifestyle that I tried to, hold on to and teach my children because I wanted them to teach, learn a healthier way of living.
Right.
So from that journey, and that's what I was going to talk about tonight, being a woman of the particular age right now, I find it even more important to try to stick to a healthy.
What age is that? What age is that?
Never asked a woman her age. Not
35? Is that 35?
I'm kind of looking at 60 next year. Wow. So that's when I'm like, okay, wait a minute now.
You don't look it. You don't look it.
Nope. No,
not at all.
Yeah, not
it's
at all.
I had to give my mama credit for some good genes, I guess.
No, you look great. Yeah. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, definitely. It's something you have, as you get older, you have to work out. I mean, I'm thinking about my mother now. And when I was growing up, remember Jacqueline Lane?
Yes.
She used to be in the living room doing her little Jacqueline Lane and everything. So that's one thing I learned. I mean, to this day, I work out at home. So, I did learn a lot from my mom. And then, like I said, reading books, came across Medina Nance. And so basically my routine, I'm going to tell you guys, which is not 100%. I do fall off and I do eat junk food from time to time. But I try to eat, like I say, properly combining my food. I found out about the blood type diet, and I am blood type B. So one thing I learned, and it's kind of hard for me because, I don't eat pork and I don't eat beef. But then I found out that the blood type B, I shouldn't eat chicken. And that's what I was eating mostly was chicken. But I realized chicken does kind of bloat me. If I notice I'm eating too much chicken, I can tell I've been eating too much, even though jerk chicken is one of my favorite dishes. So,
I know, right?
Yeah.
You guys checked out the blood type diet?
Yep.
Yeah,
I sure did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, how that works according to your blood type, there are certain foods that you should avoid, and there's certain foods that are beneficial to you.
Right.
So I find that interesting. And I remember Medina saying to me, she said, well, don't feel like you can eat 100% of the blood type diet, but at least if you're doing 75, 80% of the time eating your blood type diet, you can find the benefits of that.
Oh.
And if people are dealing with health issues, then it's even more important to maybe check out the blood type diet to help you, help your body heal.
That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you hit on some fine points, regarding just taking control of your diet.
Yeah.
The important thing of food combination. And, I think we're going to have to do just a show dedicated to food combination, because the point that you just said is that most of us are dealing with poor digestion due to the fact that we're poorly combining our foods.
Right.
And if your foods are not being digested according to there's certain juices it takes to digest starches. There's certain juices it takes to digest your protein. And if they're battling with each other to try to see who's going to get those juices, then that's when people are starting to feel they're having some sort of digestive issues. And so what do we normally do? We get medicine or Pepto-Bismol to mask, and that's not dealing with it. That's dealing with the symptom, but it's not dealing with the cause. So I'm glad you brought that out. Yeah,
that's so true.
And I have a funny story about Medina and the blood type diet. So I'm B type blood type also.
Oh, you are? Okay.
That you couldn't eat chicken. All the things that I love and eat regularly were on the diet. So, chicken, peanut butter, corn. I was like, this can't be right. Like, I'm not doing this. I would just remember thinking, like, tear this paper up, because I got to make too many drastic changes. But like you said, if you make some small changes, and you'll notice that you feel better, like Dawn is saying, when you start digesting your food, your energy, increases, your mood changes, and your body is just going to work better. You're going to absorb your nutrients and micronutrients and all of that.
Right.
So really, that's a really helpful tip, Marguerite. Did you have anything else? Or did you?
Well, guys, I had to throw in a shout out to some of my supplements and CBD products that I take. I try to do this regularly. So basically, I just wanted to mention that my CBD products are making a difference for me. I take the gummies, I take a tincture under the tongue, and I actually vape from time to time because it is a de-stressor, help you relax. And recently I discovered a herb. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, called ashwagandha.
Yeah.
Say that, bro.
I can't say it too fast. But oh my goodness, I was taking it. Actually, I was doing a cleanse at the same time I was taking it. And at first I was giving all the credit to the cleanse because it did improve my mood. I felt better, and I found out it was good for the adrenal system.
Yeah.
So that's one herb I've been wanting to continue to take.
Yeah. And you can even
to exercise, and I've been, like I say, exercising around the house. So basically those are the things I do try to do.
That's awesome. That's really good. So you said herbs, supplements, exercise. Yeah. And the ashwagandha.
Yeah, the herb. And then, of course, something, a multivitamin, or I like a protein drink that gives me my vitamins and nutrients, because that gives me energy too. Right. And I found out, as a self-care person, I got to get my massage. So recently I've been going to get a massage twice a month.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
We have to encourage ourselves, coach ourselves, and the things that we tell other people, we have to do those things. Share the wealth. Getting a massage as a massage therapist makes perfect sense, right?
That's first thing they tell you. You got to get your massages. And I see after all these years.
and what I learned about massages is that it's helping to loosen the toxins in your body. So that's probably why people feel so relaxed, and they they have a massage, because that is helping to release some of those toxins along with the other natural things that our body does. So yeah.
They say the muscle even has memory. It could release emotional, like some emotional things from the past. You could actually release something, and your client may start crying on the table or something. But people hold in their tension and their
Things that are
stress. And you help them to
Yeah.
release it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just
Those
like
are like
people when a
trance.
person makes them laugh, sometimes people cry. You know, it's
Yeah.
amazing what massage will do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely therapeutic, like you guys are saying. People think it's just a luxury to get a massage, but it's
Right.
really therapeutic because you're going into the tissue and releasing the toxins. I know one time I got a massage and it was a deep tissue massage. I was having trouble with my back. I had this wonderful massage person that was near my house, and so I went to her. She was amazing, and she told me, she said, you're going to have some reactions after this. And I was really surprised, but I felt like I had a cold because my, so much mucus and stuff was like releasing. I was like running. It seemed like I had a cold after I left there. But then
she
like
might have
30
opened up
minutes
something
later,
to help your sinuses.
she did. And then 30 minutes later, I felt like brand new. I was like, this is amazing, but it's very therapeutic. And so I'm making a note to go get a massage. Yeah. And so Dawn, I want to hear from you. I want to hear.
Well, you want to know how I got
into you the CEO of your health.
Well, you know how I got in there. I didn't get in there like, okay, I think I want to do this. I got in there because illness was just about to take over, and so it's like, okay, Dawn, what you gonna do?
Right?
Are you just gonna fold into a cradle, or you gonna do what you need to do to get healthy? So I have, my main foundation, once I decided this is what I wanted to do, of course, it was juicing. But as I began to really get into understanding why juicing and why it's so relevant when you're faced with some sort of disease and even just maintenance, is that juicing is it's an alkaline process. So it will allow you with juicing to flood your body with nutrients so it can help chase some of those toxins and things that are in your body. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. And part of my journey, I came across what is called a acid alkaline balance diet. And most of us have probably heard it is very difficult for disease to set up in an alkaline body. And it is, because then your body is going on 12s, if that's what you want to say. But at the same time, your immune system is supported by the simple fact that you're keeping your body balanced, because you're not eating a lot of fast foods, you're not eating a lot of denatured foods, and you're not eating a lot of sweets and things that are just not there to help your body to become balanced. And you need acid, but you also need your alkaline, because the two of it works together in order to give you a pristine health in terms of beating various diseases, a lot of them preventable. So, it's, shall I say, most of us are walking around, and I want to say this correctly. Most of us are walking around with low acidic acidosis, and that can affect us in so many ways. One, if you're not getting enough balance, eventually what's going to happen in the cellular level, then your body is going to look at where you are at the weakest. And so it's mobilizing, it's trying to figure out, okay, who's the weakest link, and it's going to start to attack. And that's when we find ourselves faced with some sort of health dilemma. So what do? How can you give your body the things that it needs in order to give you so that you can be as healthy as possible? Well, I think we've been saying it from day one, is you got to start eating more live foods. And I know it's hard, because I'm challenged myself, even with not working outside of the home. I'm challenged too, because when you're at home, you have a tendency to just focus on certain things and then kind of, okay, I got to eat something healthy. I'll just grab something real quick. So eating live foods and have it properly positioned and as being one of the main characters in your food selection is one of the things that you got to start really developing and understanding how important it is. And I was just talking to someone, I think it was about a week and a half ago, and what she said to me is, I'm eating healthy. I eat healthy, and so I asked, okay, what does healthy mean to you? Well, I eat my fruits and vegetables. I said, well, do you cook your vegetables all the time? Yeah, because I kind of like my vegetables cooked. And what you want to do in order to balance your alkaline, acidic, balance it, you want to eat more live foods that have not been cooked or reduced in the nutrient level. So say, for example, with breakfast, oftentimes, what do we have for breakfast? We have coffee, we have donuts, we have fried eggs, we have some sort of cooked protein, and then we may have a banana. Now, in that scenario, you're looking at about 10% of an alkaline versus 90% acidic. And so when you find yourself eating something like that by the afternoon, what do you feel? You feel tired. You don't feel as if you've got the energy. That's because your body said, what? What do you want me to do with this? So, you have to learn how to, when you're making those plates, you just want to make sure that you're putting more live foods, fruits and vegetables, leafy greens. You want to make sure that's what your plate looks like. I think we did something a while back. I showed a happy plate, but a happy plate is one plate that has a lot of fruits and vegetables in it. And I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about because, time is limited here, but it's all good. But some of the things that you also can do to help with your alkaline acidic levels is we're constantly now living in a world where we have to wear our mask all the time. And what most of us are, if we're working at our job, quite naturally, you have to wear that mask. So there's two things I really want you to take home with the mask. If your employer will allow you to go take breaks so that you can breathe fresh air, because when we have those masks on, we are continuously recirculating the carbon dioxide, which is a byproduct of toxins that we're trying to release. But with that mask, we're breathing it back in. And the other thing I want you to do that have mentioned oftentimes is I want you to start sleeping with your window open, because we go shopping, we have that mask on. When we're limited to what we can do, we have that mask on. So now if our diet is lacking an acidic and an alkaline balance, guess what we're doing? We're only contributing to a breakdown of our cellular level. So that's one. Those are two important things that I want us to try and be very mindful of, because we are wearing those masks. And I wanted to just talk about, and then I'm a suggest a book that you can get. There are like 10 different alkaline acid. You want to make sure I'm saying this wrong. Acid alkaline balance. They call it the AAA diet, the acid alkaline diet. There's 10 levels that you can consider, but I just want to talk about 4 of them. And those 4 levels, what you want to try to build up to, you want to try to build up to 60% of your diet is consisting of fresh fruits and vegetables, and 40% is consisting of cooked foods, protein, which I recommend you eat. If you're going to have your protein, I would recommend only eating it once a day at dinner time. And then if you can try to limit it to maybe 3 down to 2, maybe once a week, until you can really start to eat more live foods. The other is the 60-40. That again is 60 raw and 40 of your cooked and your protein. Now, the one I try to navigate back and forth to is level 9, which is your 80-20. 80% of what you eat is live fresh fruits and vegetables, and 20% is cooked or animal protein. I personally only eat protein once a week. And I had to grow to that. It wasn't like something okay, I'm going to start doing it. But I had to grow to just having meat once a week, because I think we talked about the blood. I think I am what is that? C? Is that a C? Is it? Yeah.
AB and AB.
Okay, I think I'm I'm O. So,
okay.
I can have a little meat, but I don't overdo it.
Okay.
And I want to, if you can pop that up, the book that I want to recommend that you consider, and it can help you. This is a great book, guys. This is a great book that I would recommend. It's like that book that we have, that we used to have. What is that book that people used to tell us to get all the time when it comes to health? Back to Eden.
Okay.
This is a great complement to Back to Eden. In the next slide, the reason I like this book, if you really want to get into the acid alkaline balanced diet, you can, if you flip that up there, what you can get out of this book is that it'll give you a calendared menu from January all the way to December. It breaks it down into days. And what I would recommend, because I tried to do it day by day and it got too expensive. So I had to manage it. I said, okay, if I'm going to do day 1 and I'll buy the fruits and vegetables for that day, I'm going to eat every other day until I finish that particular fresh fruits and vegetables, so that you can pluck out different menus for what that particular day. If it's your morning, if your afternoon, if your evening, you can begin to try to pluck those menus out. And okay, for breakfast, I'll just have fruit. For lunch, okay, I'll try to play around with what I can see that I can have for lunch, for dinner. So you can kind of work with this book. And I really like this book to help you kind of get started with understanding alkaline and acidic, what that balance is. And then one day we're going to talk about food combination. But right now, this will be a great book to put in your arsenal along with the Back to Eden book. So that's pretty much what I have to say, so I don't take up the whole time. But it's just important that it really is important that we understand that acidic and alkaline balance, because we, especially I did a research in America, our health is worse than our counterparts. And that's because we love to eat and we don't care how we combine it. So that's kind of my presentation today.
We got a question, Dawn. Our girl Sade is with us, and she said, do you know if you can purchase that book on Amazon?
Thank you. That was one of the things I wanted to say. There's a link. I'm going to post a link. There's a link that you can buy it Amazon for I think it was $49 or $52, something like that. But then there's another link that I gave you where you can get the book for $5.42. You just have to subscribe. Well, it's got to be a catch. You subscribe, and you probably got to get more books from them. I don't know, but I got this book from when I was studying natural health. But when I did the research, I'm like, okay, you can pay 40 something for it.
The ebook. I take the ebook version for that.
Yeah. But again, like I said, it's a great resource where you can really calendar your eating plan, your eating, and pull and use and intertwine and kind of understand how they're showing you how to eat more with more alkaline in your daily eating habits.
Sure, they said she need that $5 link.
Yes. Well, I'm going to, you know what? While the next panelist is up, I am going to post that into our live stream. Okay.
I think we lost Sheila. I'm not sure what's going on, but she was having a little trouble staying on. Oh, there she go.
There you go. And okay, and she's back.
I was like, where'd she go?
I have no idea. I had to just take a break, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, I am posting it, and I'm trying to see. You know what? I'm going to also put it in the live chat as well, so you can just click it and go directly to it.
That reminds me, Don, we have to tell everybody we do have a Facebook group. So, guys, if you search Vive on Help in the group section, join our group, and we'll start posting, sharing different things and books and information.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Please join us because we want to keep this thing going. We got to, like I was saying earlier, we got to encourage each other, strengthen each other. As we become the CEOs of our own health, we build a team, right? And we get support from each other. So I loved what you guys were sharing just now. And I'm going to probably be calling you up to get some coaching and some more tips about alkaline and the blood type diet. Because Marguerite, since we're the same blood type, I need you to remind me what I'm not supposed to eat and all that.
Sure. I got a chart I can email you.
Okay. And what I wanted to talk about, I'll just dive in with the few minutes that we have left. I always like to talk about mindset, right? Because our minds are so powerful. And what I'm going to talk about today is reframing your mindset, reaffirming who you are, and rearranging your space. So I hope that we can, just to keep it simple, just the 3 R's, reaffirm who you are, reframe your mindset, and rearrange your space. I like to give practical solutions that are, easy to understand and easy to apply. And I really like for you to think about it because our minds are so powerful. We just absorb everything that's all around us, and it can be a burden for us. And so even if after you've eaten all the right combinations of food and you've eaten the right foods and they're organic and you're exercising 7 days a week and sleeping and everything, but if you are stressed out on your job, if you are stressed out in a relationship, if you're just stressed out with the past things that you've lived, the trauma that you might have had, you're not healthy. And so it's important to remember to reframe your mindset. The mind is so powerful, and it's vital to stay positive because we're the sum of our experiences. And I had, we replay the things that have happened to us. And so if we think of our mind as a blank canvas, if you can get that visual for a minute. So we start out, we have like a blank sheet of paper and there's nothing there. But as you have experiences in life, you begin to put things onto your canvas, right? And so we know that when we are teaching young children, we tell them no all the time. So it's no, don't do this. No, don't do this. Stop that. And when our child is coming to us to ask about how we like the stick figure that is to them a princess or a hero rescuing somebody, and it just looks like chicken scratch to us, and we don't take time to appreciate it. And we say, oh, I don't know what that is. What in the world is that? So then that teaches us to question what we're doing. Is it good enough, right? Mm-hmm. And if you constantly tell a child stop, or you're hollering and screaming, when you have a blank canvas and you're putting these small things that can be seen as negative, like the no's and the stops. So now you've got a blank paper, but you're remembering it's because you're young and it's saying no and don't do this and I'm not good enough, right? As you grow, so the 5-year-old Susan is now starting to feel inadequate. And then the 15-year-old Susan, now I have more things on my canvas and I've got, because I'm in school and I'm in chess club and I'm running track and I've got a boyfriend and I have friends and I'm going to church and I'm, doing all these different things. I'm reading and I'm exploring. My mind is expanding. So now I've got all of this other stuff that I just mentioned on my canvas. And so it gets busy and crowded now. And you don't really focus on those little things that you learned when you were young, right? But they're still there. And so then the 35-year-old Susan now, she's married, she's having children, she's gotten a degree, and she's, a manager in her job. So now more responsibility and more things, but still underneath those things of stop, don't do that. You weren't good enough. I didn't have time to listen to what you said. I didn't know what you put down are still on that canvas, right? It's just busy. And so I did like really quick.
No, don't stop. That's not for this. That's not right. Okay. No, don't stop. That's not right.
There's some things that go from your blank canvas to this type of thing. And then once you start, I should have did this really in more colorful, but you guys get the visual. So now you've got a busier canvas. You got all these things, people, places, and things, and you don't really pay attention to it. But guess what? I'm going to just highlight really quickly that these things that you learned are still there. The the stop, they're still there.
Yeah.
And you carry that with you, and you have to learn to pause the negative thinking. And here's a really good tip is why affirmations work, because you begin to tell yourself positive things. I am enough. I am worthy. I am worthwhile. I love myself. Yeah. And because we're individuals, so my nose might look too big to me, but so what? This is what God gave me. You have to learn to appreciate yourself. And when I first started doing the affirmations, it really helped me on my weight loss journey, because I began to feel more confident. For some reason, I was feeling this level of enoughness, and I found that so many people have it without knowing that it's even there, just because of the things that you're told. Don't do this, you won't do this, you can't succeed. In high school, I know I went to college, and I met a professor, a guy, he was a professor, and he says, oh, you'll never make it to being an engineer. And that's what I had wanted to do. And so I thought, oh, I'll never make it to be an engineer. And so we have to be careful about what we let in our mind, right? Yeah. And that's the point that I really want to make. We have to learn that mindset is so critical.
Yeah.
To start doing affirmations, for example, is one way. Another thing that you could do to make yourself feel a little bit better is to rearrange. The second R is rearrange space. So because of COVID and we're all sheltering in place and we're limited to where we could go, for the people that are extroverted, it's really been difficult, because, we're used to getting out and visiting people, and that's how you vibe, is from connection from other people. It's been really, really stressful for people. And then even people that are introverted are suffering, and it's just, it wears on you mentally. And so you can rearrange your space just to lighten things a little bit, to get clarity. Take a plant that's one place and put it somewhere else. Put your bed in a different spot. Clean up, clear things, declutter. Take things that you're not using as much, give it away. Do some charitable work. Get involved with organizations that are doing fundraising drives and things like that. So there's still opportunities to feel better without spending a lot of money, just in your limited space, to just rearrange your space. Right. And then talk about having space and decluttering, cut off some of the social media, shut down all of the information that's coming to you 24/7. So when you get up the first thing in the morning, don't pick up your phone. When you go to bed at night, move your electronics away from you, turn the lights out, get in the dark, don't look at TV, don't look at scary movies, and give your head some space. Yeah. So you feel better, right?
Right.
Are simple approaches that can just work to help to lift your spirit. It's small changes, but they can make can have a huge impact on your mental health.
Yeah.
And then so I talked about reframing your mindset. I talked about rearranging your space, and your space can be your physical space. If you're in a crowded room or whatever, but it could also be just, saying no to some of the negative influences that you have, so you have space in your head to think clearly, right? And another good thing to do is journal. Just, write out. Sometimes when things are bothering you and you feel heavy and sometimes you don't even know why, you just get a piece of paper and write everything that's bothering you. I don't care how long it takes you, just 2 or 3 pages, whatever. Get it all out. It's therapeutic. And then you can take the next set of pieces of paper and then write down the things that you're grateful for and thankful for. And you always tend to feel a little better with that. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a good position so that I can stay with you guys, because I wanted to share my last tip, as we have a few minutes left, my last R is to reaffirm who you are. We're individuals. There's nobody quite like Dawn. There's nobody like Marguerite. And for me, there's nobody else like Sheila. So let's celebrate that. Take the time to celebrate the small gifts. Your God-given life, right? You have special talents, special gifts. You have a purpose. If any of us, God forbid, were to stop breathing right now and fall over, God forbid, there'd be a lot of people that would be impacted by that. So you matter. Your life matters. So celebrate. Let's celebrate that even though things might not have gone exactly where we wanted to, there are traumas that we face, there's disappointments, there's decrease in revenue, right? There's still, we've gone through this awful pandemic that's affected so many people, and we're just not quite feeling ourselves, but we're still here. We are still
standing.
Standing. Sometimes you're kneeling, or sometimes you're laying down, but you get back up, and you're still here. And with the living, there's hope. So let's celebrate. Learn to celebrate the small things with gratitude, with concern, with care and compassion, and be grateful. So that's what I wanted to share. Things that are just easy and simple. It doesn't cost anything to do that. And, to invest in yourself, lean into who you are and your God-given talent so that you can be better and get on your health journey. Get a health coach, continue to vibe with us. And So,
and I just want to just land back on what you said with all of the different suggestions that you've given us. That also helps with alkalining your body, because what we internalize does affect how our body breaks down the different components that makes up us. So that's just as important. That's a continuum of care that is just not one thing. It's a lot of things that have to come. And, I still say, even if you get it wrong, so what?
Man.
Another day, another challenge to try to do better. And if you don't do better the next day, so what?
So what? You're still here.
We got another day to try it again.
We got another day to figure it out.
Then if you're going good and you fall, so what? We are just, a lot of times, I'm guilty of it. When I start something and I don't quite follow it to the T, then I'm like, oh man, I done messed up. I got to start all over again. Oh, whoa.
Right.
You got to stop doing that. Yeah. It's a part of life.
It is. It's life.
Yes.
And we have to look at it as a lesson rather than a failure.
Yes.
And successful people stand on mountains of failure. They just try and they keep trying and they keep trying and they keep standing on those failures. Right. And so when you talk about mindset, we are always having conversations with ourselves, right? Yeah, You're thinking throughout the day about how you're processing and doing something and just moving throughout the day. So you have to, be your best friend. Learn to be the CEO and take charge, be responsible.
Absolutely.
Be accountable and say good things to yourself. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some mercy, because you're going to get better results that way. They say it's easier to get bees with honey than with vinegar. So be kind to yourself. And then when you appreciate it only allows you to appreciate somebody else, because you'll see, I have flaws. I had a rough day, but I made it through. Maybe this person is having a rough day, and so their attitude was a little bit off. Nobody told them to remember they were the CEO and
Yeah,
that they could
right.
make it,
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you don't fail and that you don't have bad days or trying days. We all do.
Yes.
You know, you just
Yeah.
have to keep getting back up.
Yeah.
One of my clients told me one time, she's like, "You're always just trying to be positive, and that's not who I am." Because I'm trying to teach her to celebrate herself.
Mhm.
Because it's so important to realize that when you made it over a hump before, right? You can use that same strategy, those same skills, that same technique,
Right.
that same tenacity, and get back up and keep going again.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
so I try to point out, like, here's where you were successful. So think about that for a minute. Now, what was in your environment that allowed you to be successful? A lot of times, I'm just determined that I'm going to make it. I'm just determined I'm going to start eating raw again. I said I was going to start November 1st. I didn't. I was going to start December 1st. I didn't. And I know I have to like keep pushing myself until I get it right. So what created the environment where I did it before? It was tough the first 3 days. But the fourth day, I started feeling better. I started sleeping better. I wasn't sneezing in the morning. Because I don't have these toxins building up,
right,
or alkaline because I'm eating the salads. I was juicing, and so I'm gonna start a challenge
about that
any day now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even give it a day. I'm just gonna do it.
Well, you know what, and that's exactly what I was gonna say. You started. It's just that you're trying to get to You're trying to get to a goal. You started because I can't imagine you don't eat vegetables and fresh fruit. I can't imagine you don't do that. But you know that you can improve on what you're doing so that you can get to the goal of what you're trying to achieve. So I get
so
it.
you have to remind yourself, like, I did this before, so I can do it again. And give yourself a little grace. Okay, so I didn't do 30 days straight like I planned to.
Right.
But I know when I do kick in gear, it's gonna, it is cold now. And so who wants to always eat a salad or eat rice? I've been wanting, a different season of food. I've been wanting soups and potatoes.
Yeah.
And grits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got those warm and fuzzy foods. I mean,
those warm and fuzzy foods.
Those are just not temptations. We can just, but
40% we can eat.
But I just want to say on the serious tip.
Yeah.
This is a clarion call. We have got to do better with our health. Because I think I did a little promo today. It's COVID now that has uncovered where we are in our health. And it's COVID today, it's going to be something tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we can't control that.
Nope.
But we can
That's
control.
A perfect point.
Right. We can control
CEO.
how we,
CEO.
how we take care of this temple. And you've got to learn. I know it looks good over there, and you can have it sometimes, but we got to learn how to use discretion when it comes to our bodies. We really do. Or we're going to be struggling, and disease is going to have its way with us, and not to mention other things. So that's just, I wanted to, I just really wanted for me to send that message is we got to really start looking at we have to look at our health. It's like imperative.
Yeah.
Right. And to your point, that here's something that you can control. So you don't have control over when the vaccines efficacy is okay. You don't have control over, what legislation they pass about stimulus and the stimulus relief. You don't have control over so many things around you. You don't have control over prices and none of that, but you can control what you put in your mouth, what you feed your mind, what you feed your spirit. Here's where your temple is, and here's where you have control. Your space. I can clean my little room. I can do that. I don't have any control over anything outside.
Right.
I can clean my house.
Yeah.
I can, make myself more comfortable. I can prepare a healthy meal. I can do that.
Yes.
I don't need anybody's permission. I can boss up and make me a juice. You know what I'm saying? And feel good.
And
I can
feel
turn my
good.
lights out and go to bed at night. I can take a walk. These are things that you have control over. Like you're saying, Dawn, take control of your health. Be the CEO. And that's the message that we want to leave with you today. So we're going to say, continue to vibe with us. Join us for part 9. We'll find next session. The second Tuesday of the month. Follow us, subscribe. And if you like anything that you've heard tonight, please share.
Please share. Please share.
Share it with a friend, because we all need to create a culture that we can look at the person, our neighbor in our community who look like us and say, they're doing it. I can do this too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to make sure that we share that out. Do you guys have any parting words for our guests?
I know, Marguerite, you have to tell us about your CB. Yeah.
Oh, well, my website is, I work with Wakana. The company is Black-owned, woman-owned. Name of it is Wakana. My website happens to be momsherbs.wakanaforlife.com. So thank you for mentioning that, Don. And I just think about what Medina always says, that knowledge is power. Yeah. And we're getting the opportunity with this little live that we've been doing to share some knowledge.
Yes.
Think about how much power people think the vaccine is going to have. But I feel like this information right now is so powerful that just think, if we were to just take in some of this information tonight with our bodies, the healing of the bodies and protecting us from viruses and everything else.
Yeah. Right. And of course, we are not supporting or not saying don't take the vaccine. Yeah. We're just saying you need to take control of your health, because whether you take it or you don't, your health has to be the foundation of your, of getting better, feeling better, being healthier, so that whatever challenges you decide, which we are free agents, we can do and make those decisions. But the bottom line is you got to get that health in check.
And the beauty of it,
spiritually and emotionally, you got to get it in check. Yeah. If not, you're going to be just all over the place.
And the beauty of it is that when you do better, especially as women, your husbands will do better, right? Yeah. It's contagious. Your children will do better. I'm into 3 generations now of, I need to have a smoothie with fresh fruit and salads, because I started that a long time ago. And so it does make a difference.
Yeah.
So we can make a difference for ourselves. We can make a difference for others. And this is what we're here to do. Let's continue with our purpose. Keep following us, guys. Yeah. Thank you for being
here.
And
I'm going to piggyback. I always piggyback on you guys. I just got a real quick funny anecdote. My oldest son and my bonus daughter had her sister-in-law to watch her children, right? We're going to end it with this. And of course, you're thinking, okay, they want popsicles. They want, they want junk this, junk that, junk this. And the sister-in-law was so amazed. Can I have some strawberries? Can I have some blueberries? Can I have some carrot sticks? And she's like, are they real?
Right.
So I'm just going back to your point. When we are an example to our family and our loved ones, they begin to see the change in you. And so, and when you're not looking, they're grabbing fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, it becomes second nature. And so that's what we want to do. Continue to share this good information with our community, and we will see you guys soon. We want to, I'd be remiss if I did not thank the people who make this possible, not only Dawn and Marguerite and myself, but behind the scenes, we've got the super producers, Dacia and Tom is standing in for Dacia today because she had another obligation. So we thank you, and we thank our faithful and loyal watchers who come into the room and comment and take the information back and share it. And that's what we want to happen. Yes. So thank you so much, guys. We'll see you. I think it's January 12th. We'll see you again.
Yes.
Continue to vibe on health.
CEO of yourself. And
CEO.
remember, eat well because your health depends on it.
Definitely.
Good
Thank
night.
you guys. Great info.
Yes.
Right. Thank you so
Good night.
much. Thank you so
Good
much,
night.
ladies. Appreciate you and love you.
Love you too.
Love you guys. Thank you, everybody who joined. Sade, JL,
Yes. Yes.
Alicia.
Felicia, and some others. Thank you so much. There's some others on Facebook as well. We love you. We appreciate each and every one of you. And good night.
Good night. Let's